Hello friends, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Professor S.P. Singh from Faculty of Management Studies, Gurukul Kangdi University, Haridwar. Today we are going to study Module 20 on Performance Appraisal. Friends, after studying this module, you shall be able to know the concept of performance appraisal, understand the objectives of performance appraisal, comprehend the process of performance appraisal, become aware of the methods of performance appraisal. Performance appraisal is the process of determining how employees do their job. Performance is the degree of accomplishment of the tasks that make up an individual's job. Performance is often measured in terms of results. Thus, performance appraisal is a system in accordance with the usual requirements of review and assessment of a person or team task performance. An effective performance appraisal system evaluates accomplishments and plans for development, goals and objectives. For several organizations, the basic objective of performance appraisal is to improve individual and organizational performance. However, there may be other objectives. A suitably framed appraisal system assists in accomplishing organizational objectives and increases employee performance. In fact, performance appraisal data are useful for every human resource functional area. For the assessment of a firm's human resources, data describing the ability to promotion and potential of all employees, especially key executives, must be available. Management succession planning is a major concern for all firms. A properly designed appraisal system furnishes a profile of the organization's human resource strengths and weaknesses to support this attempt. The purpose of any selection instrument is to predict the potential performance of candidates if offered jobs. In fact, performance evaluation offers a way for validating both internal promotion and transfers and external employing new people from outside source selection programs. However, when not enough attention is given to the appropriate evaluation of the employee's performance, the time and money spent on the designing and development of selection tools are simply wasted. A performance appraisal should indicate an employee's specific needs for training and development. If a firm finds that its first-line supervisors are reluctant in administering discipline, training programs addressing the problem may be appropriate. By identifying deficiencies that negatively affect performance of human resource, and line managers are able to develop training and development programs that permit individuals to improve their strengths and reduce their deficiencies. However, determining training and development needs is more definite when appraisal data are at hand. Performance evaluation is helpful in designing the career plans of employees. Any organization would like to promote only the suitably qualified employees to the higher position. Performance appraisal data is significant in evaluating an employee's strengths and weaknesses and also in deciding the employee's potential. An organization may decide about transfers, layoffs, and so on the basis of the results of the performance evaluation. Finally, the HR professional can assist employees in developing and implementing their career plans based on performance evaluation. Performance appraisal results provide a ground for rational decisions concerning pay adjustments. Many managers believe that outstanding job performance needs to be rewarded with pay increases. Rewarding the behaviors necessary for accomplishing organizational objectives is at the core of the firm's strategic planning. To encourage higher performance, a firm should design and implement a reliable performance appraisal system and then reward the most productive workers and teams accordingly. Performance appraisal information is also used in decisions concerning to promotion, demotion, termination, layoff, and transfer. Performance evaluation results can be utilized to initiate the necessary action in competent employees doing poorly in the performance, provided the process of evaluation is flawless and standard. Performance evaluation data can also be used as an important source of documentation for formal grievances that are put in connection with employee disciplinary actions. Some organizations try to assess employee potential while appraising their job performance. While past behaviors may be the best predictors of future behaviors, an employee's past performance in one job may not accurately predict future performance in a higher position or different level. Employees are usually interested in knowing the results of the performance evaluation, as they may be curious to know how well they are performing their present job and how much betterment is needed to achieve the desired performance. The feedback enables them to have a clear notion about their position in the organization as related to performance rewards like promotion or merit pay. An objective and timely feedback can benefit the employees in terms of motivation and satisfaction. It can benefit the management in terms of increased cooperation, productivity, and support from the employees. The complete ethos of performance appraisal should commence at the highest level and be integrated into the strategy and values of the organization. The performance appraisal should strengthen the working relationship between the managers and their employees, also contribute to the long-term success of the organization. The whole process should be rewarding and satisfying experience not only for the individual employees but also for the entire organization. An effective performance evaluation process should provide the basis for management to consolidate the business of today and for developing in the future. The initial step in the process of performance appraisal is setting specific goals, usually jointly by both the superiors and the employees. The goal setting process ensures that every employee understands the expectations from him and know how the accomplishment of goals contributes to the overall success. Organizations should choose only important and realistically achievable goals. The next step is establishing the performance criteria as the basis for comparison. It is in fact a reference point in terms of which other things can be evaluated. An organization has to determine the characteristics of employees to be evaluated. The criteria should be job related, specific and within the control of the employees, including the traits, behaviors, cost related outcomes, competencies, goal achievement and scope for further improvement. Employees' performance is evaluated actually on the basis of predetermined criteria. The evaluator and the employee review the latter's job performance jointly and appraise it against established performance standards. This appraisal assists in determining the extent to which employees have met these standards, ascertaining the reasons for any deficiencies and preparing a plan to correct the problems. For post-evaluation, the superior can have a meeting with the appraised employees to discuss the results of the evaluation once the appraisal is over. At this stage, the evaluator can ascertain from the employees the reasons for their high or low level of achievement against predetermined objectives. Further, the evaluator can help the employees consolidate their strengths and improve their relative weaknesses. At this meeting, goals can also be met for the next evaluation period and the process goes on. Managers may select from among a number of appraisal methods. The type of performance appraisal system used depends on its purpose. If the major emphasis is on selecting people for promotion, training and merit pay increases, a traditional method such as rating scales may be appropriate. Collective methods, including inputs from the employees, may prove to be more suitable for helping employees become more effective. "360-degree feedback is a means of improving an individual's effectiveness. It is a system by which an individual obtains a comprehensive feedback from superiors, subordinates, peers, customers, and many others with whom he is in contact. Self-assessment forces the individual to think about his own strengths and weaknesses. The rating scales method is a widely used appraisal approach that rates employees according to defined factors. Using this approach, evaluators record their judgments about performance on a scale. The scale includes several categories normally 5 to 7 in number, defined by adjectives such as outstanding, meets expectations, or needs improvement. Critical incidents method identifies and describes specific incidents where employees could do something really well or they need improvement during the period of performance. This method evaluates each employee as such, and one's performance appraisal will be based on the logs put in the evaluation form. This method suffers from certain limitations. Critical incidents technique of evaluation is applied to evaluate the performance of superiors. Assay method is the most simple among different appraisal methods. Using this method, the raters describe an employee's strengths, weaknesses, his potential, past performance, and recommendations for improvement. The positive aspect of this method is that it is simple in use. It does not make use of complex formats and training to perform it. However, assay method also suffers from certain shortcomings. Ranking is the most old and simple formal method of performance appraisal. Ranking method compares an employee with all others in order to make order of worth. The ranks are provided to employees from the highest to the lowest or from the best to the worst. In doing this, the employee highest on the feature being measured and also lowest are indicated. Forced distribution is a comparative evaluation method in which an evaluator gives rating to subordinates according to a specified distribution. A manager demonstrates the use of the forced distribution method by who is asked to rate subordinates according to the definite distribution. The proportion of forced distribution is subject to variation. For example, a supervisor could be asked to place employees into the top, middle, or bottom thirds of a distribution. The work standard method compares each employee's performance to a predetermined standard or expected level of output. Standards reflect the normal output of an average worker working at a normal speed. Work standards may be applied to virtually to all types of jobs in various forms, but production jobs generally receive the most attention. Several methods are available to establish work standards such as time study and work sampling. Behaviorally anchored rating scales are rating scales on which points indicate statements of effective and ineffective behaviors. The scales represent a continuum behaviors ranging from least to the most effective behavior. An evaluator must indicate the behavior on each scale best describing an employee's performance. Bars are constructed by the evaluators using them. In the result-based system, the manager and the subordinate jointly determine the objectives for the next appraisal period. The objective of such system might be to cut waste to a certain percentage. At the end of the appraisal period, an evaluation focuses on how well the employee achieved this objective. This method provides a measure of achievement against predetermined objective. An assessment center is defined as a central location where managers assemble to participate in properly designed simulated exercises. Senior managers assess them, supplemented by the psychologists and the HR specialists supplement them for a period of 2 to 3 days. The employee is asked to participate in different executive development methods such as in-basket, work groups, simulation exercise and role play, which are essential for successful performance of actual job. After recording the employee's behavior, the raters discuss their information and observations, and based on it, they provide their assessment about the employee. At the end of the process, feedback is also provided to the assessed. Friends, in this module, you have studied concept, process, purposes, and methods of performance appraisal. Thanks for visiting EPG Pathshala.